general in South Africa there's a shortage of advanced life support. The whole idea behind it is to get the highest qualified person to the scene first. Relay EMS, among the many here in PE, we are a private ambulance service. My name is Richard. I'm operations manager here at Relay EMS. I enjoy being a paramedic more. That's my passion. But I have to manage as well. We're based in Newton Park, Port Elizabeth, and we've also got a base in Uitenhage, which is about 40 kilometers from PE. And since Uitenhage we have opened 2 more branches in the Eastern Cape. We run ambulances 24 hours a day, so that takes quite a lot of staff. We have got a couple of rapid response vehicles that's staffed by the Alias paramedics. And then we also have a off-road rescue vehicle, which is more used for recovery. Relay EMS started last year, so 2012, August. And we will go out to pretty much any medical trauma emergencies, a lot of injury on duty cases at companies, and yeah, accidents as well keeps us busy. There's a lot of patients that needs to be moved in between facilities, in between hospitals, where they need to be moved by ambulance, and then of course they need to be monitored by emergency care practitioner. Your basic life support would be the guys staffing the ambulance, basic life support and intermediate life support. So that's obviously the majority of staff. In South Africa, to qualify as a legitimate advanced life support ambulance service, otherwise known as Alias ambulance service, there is certain criteria that should be met. Private ambulance services in South Africa needs to be registered with a board of healthcare funders. The ambulance should display 2 discs in its windscreen, one being a description that says ambulance and one being an operator's disc or license. Further requirements: you need to have 2 full-time employed advanced life support practitioners on your payroll, and also you need specific equipment for these paramedics to actually utilize and function. For example, we are often involved in transfers of neonatal intensive care unit patients that require specialized equipment, like your incubator and neonatal ventilator.
CPR, simple concept, by compressing on the chest.
We offer first aid training from level 1 to 3. Mostly your companies, schools or even individuals might at some stage require first aid training. And on your different levels, we start off with CPR as in your basic levels, and it can be as intense as childbirth in your level 3.
It's not as easy on these dolls than on a human being. It's a totally different story.
I think with first aid training being offered by paramedics, it also helps to keep them up to date with their skills. When you phone Relay EMS and the call comes in, the person answering your call is medically qualified. We monitor the vehicles with our tracking system, so we can at any stage see what is the closest appropriate vehicle, and they would be dispatched in. I believe in evidence-based medicine, and the evidence internationally now points to having the latest technology, being able to assess a patient in a pre-hospital setting already with a 12-lead ECG and those type of things. That can really, it can be life-changing. The investment we made in equipment is quite big, and it's something that's really important for us. in the morning or evening, whenever there's a shift change, you've taken over the vehicle from someone else now. So you don't know what did they use, did they maybe misplace something, did they not restock the vehicle with whatever they used. They pretty much check it according to a list and also make sure that you know, your oxygen, all your consumable stuff gets replenished. The storeroom, well, that's also a daily check that the guys need to do. One of our paramedics here is responsible for ordering all of our stock and replacing that, making sure that we've got what we need. All the equipment on charge needs to get checked on a Sunday as well, make sure that the batteries last and those type of things. Shift work, I think, is something you get used to. It's 2 days, 2 nights and then 4 days off, so that's really not a bad shift system. For us in the EMS, when it's not busy, it's boring. It's a bit frustrating when I'm not sure if anything's going to happen. You came to shift sort of ready for action and not much is happening. I think that's the reason why we've got the TV here and DSTV, and proper place for the guys to just relax and chill. It's very important. At this stage, I think pretty much for any EMS service, your day shifts would be busier. This afternoon, we received a call for a pedestrian vehicle accident. We call it a PVA. What we found there was a male patient, an elderly patient, that was knocked down by a vehicle. He was bleeding quite a bit. That's quite concerning if the patient's, if there's bleeding from the ears. It's not really a good sign. It indicates a pervasive skull fracture. In that patient, we're a bit cautious for spinal injuries. We've tried to keep him still as possible. He wasn't really very cooperative. We need to also, you know, comfort his wife. I got her to actually assist and help, and you know, keep his head still, because it keeps her occupied and it keeps him at rest. It's probably not the same in every province or every area, but the guys know and understand the different level of cares that we are, and sort of the different ranking system that there is. Advanced life support on that scene would obviously be in charge of the scene. He is in charge of the patient. He's highest qualified and he should make the decisions regarding his patient. Metro ambulance service arrived, there's another private ambulance service that arrived, and they all knew that the advanced life support is in charge of the patient, and they just went about to assist. We managed to get him to Provincial Hospital after treatment there on scene. In our industry, we're not allowed to hand over to anyone that's not equally qualified to us. We can't, for instance, walk in and hand over to someone just moving trolleys in the casualty. So we normally find a sister or a doctor, depending again on how serious this patient is, and we would then give them a full handover. At that stage, as we classified, he wasn't a priority 1 patient, but we would say he's a priority 2 patient. So that's why we've invested in our equipment and make sure we get the right stuff. And the whole idea behind it is, and my passion is to get this equipment to the patient at the scene already, not wait and just pick him up in an ambulance and just take him to hospital and wait for them to start it. We need to start the treatment on the scene already, and then the hospital will just continue. And I think it just makes the prognosis for the patient much better if you start early with proper treatment.